Hello everyone, my name is Ben Beggs and today I will be teaching you how to add a Google Slides presentation that you've already created into Nearpod so that you can add in activities or informal assessments. And that really is what Nearpod is great for. It's great for building in interactive activities or informal assessments into your lessons so you can have checks for understanding right there in the lessons themselves. All right, I'm going to go through this as close to step by step as I can in order to ensure that there are no possible mistakes and that you can always come back and review if anything is confusing. So step one, right at the beginning, open your internet browser of choice. I'm going to use Chrome because that's my favorite. I use Google everything. But if you use Safari or Firefox or Edge or anything like that, that's fine too. Just open that and then go up here to your search bar. My search bar is right here where it says google.com. I'm going to simply click there and then type in nearpod.com. And there we go, and we are in. It'll take a second to load because my computer is just moving exceptionally slow today. I'm not really sure why, but while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, you can use this method to do the same exact thing with Google Slides presentations, PowerPoints, anything where you have separate slides, even if it's just pictures of things that you want to show, you can use this exact guide and you just click on a different option as you're going through. All right. So here we are. Here is Nearpod's login page. Students would enter the code for your lesson that you'll learn more about in later videos. You can sign up for free. You can log in. If you're an administrator and would like to request a quote for Nearpod, I cannot recommend it highly enough. But for now, I'm going to show you how to actually create your account. So you would click sign up for free right here under Teachers. Once you are in here, it's pretty simple. You can enter all this information if you want to, or if your school uses one of these two things, Office 365 or of course Google, you can just click on it. I'll just click sign up with Google. And it's going to take me to the sign-in page. It's going to give me all of the possible Gmail accounts that I can sign into. Here's my school account, my wife's account, and then there's my name. So this is my home account. And I'm going to use that just because that's the simplest one for me to use for this particular explanation video. All right. Once it loads into the Nearpod home screen, we will move on to how to create a lesson. And creating a lesson in Nearpod is incredibly easy because all you have to do is look for the words that I keep saying. And those words are create a lesson right here. That's it. So I click on create a lesson and I load in there. Once I'm in create a lesson, it's pretty easy to figure out what to do next. Remember, I told you how to upload a Google Slides presentation into a Nearpod. So guys, upload right here, right where it says drag and drop. If I was somewhere where I needed to drag and drop, I could do that, or I can just click upload right here. So I'll click on upload. And of course I could use things from my computer. I can use Google Drive, I can use Dropbox, or I can use OneDrive. I'm going to use Google Drive because of course I'm using Google Slides. That's the easiest place to find those. It'll take it a second to load because, like I said, everything's taking a second to load today. For that, I apologize. So here are all the things that I possibly could add. There's all kinds of files, but what I want is a Google Slides. So this one is my Where Are We slideshow. I made this back when I used regular INs. It is a regular IN PowerPoint with notes built in and all that kind of stuff, and it's very effective at teaching Georgia geography. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and then I'm just going to hit select. Now I have two choices. I can either create a PDF viewer, which will package them all together. I don't want to do that in this case because it will package the slides all together, which won't allow me to put activities in where I want them. So I'm going to click on individual slides, which will just literally load it in exactly the way it was created, as individual slides that say each individual thing rather than as a whole document that the students would have to look at all together. It's telling me to take a brain break. We don't have time for that right now because right now we need to get those brains engaged. So while we wait on it to process, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. This is where you would add things. You can add content and activities, and it's really, really, really simple. There are all of my slides. You can see them. Interstellar address, that's the one that we're going to be creating something for. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm gonna click on add content and activities. Once I click on Add Content and Activities, it'll load up, and here's the content. First, I can create a blank slide if I want to. I'm not going to do that. Nearpod Slide Creator is terrible, and that's why they made it so easy to upload things. They know it's not good, and rather than spend a whole bunch of time and money fixing it, they're going to focus on the things that actually work. So video, web content, Nearpod 3D stuff, simulations from PhET, virtual tours, those are great. All these things are wonderful content that you can add in. Activities, though, are what we're wanting to look at. So you can add in fill in the blanks, memory tests, flip grids. Collaborate board is great for the older groups. Polls are great for the older groups. Matching pairs are great for all ages. But what we're going to use today is open-ended question. And of course, I'll talk about this later, but open-ended question for now. Once we're into open-ended question, we have a couple of options. We can add an image, audio, or other media. We can literally record ourselves asking the students a question and have them enter their answer later on. We can put a background image if we want to, a video, anything like that. We can add a timer. We can allow the students to actually record things, but that's not what I want here. The hook for this lesson is the idea that aliens have been discovered and now they're wanting to come to our schools here on Earth. So we have this alien. She's wanting her child to come to our school here in Statesboro, Georgia, and we need a way for her to address her letter of enrollment. So that's what I'm going to ask the students is, how would she address her letter? That's it. That's all I want them to answer. And then I'm going to hit save. And as soon as I hit save, it's going to create that into the presentation. It's right here. Here's my open-ended question. And I can just drag it on up to where I want it, which is going to be in spot number 4, right after where I would ask that question in a larger way. And when we get here in the actual presentation, the students will be able to answer that question. So you can do that anonymously. You can have them show their answers. I could come back and grade this if I wanted to. There's lots of different ways to use this and keep students engaged and keep them interested. I mentioned Draw It earlier. That was the one I pointed to. Y'all, Draw It is amazing. Having students draw is one of the best possible ways I found to show that they understand what it is that they're talking about, because anyone can pick up on a couple key words, but when you actually have to create something, it really shows whether or not you get it. So I love Nearpod. It is a great tool. If there's anything else you would like to learn about Nearpod, please let me know. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.